Well, here we are again.
Not in the mood, man.
Oh, I'm sure you aren't, but that doesn't change the facts.
And what facts would you be referring to?
That you were wrong.
Excuse me?
The Last Jedi movie was a failure, just as I said it would be.
Oh, complete failure? Really?
Come on, man. You read the reviews. You saw the reactions. Don't sit there and try to convince yourself that this piece of trash is some kind of masterpiece in disguise. What?
It's just amazing. Everything you just said is wrong.
Did you just quote the movie on me?
I did. It's weird, isn't it?
You gonna tell me what's so funny or not?
I just can't believe you turn your mind off like that.
Oh, this coming from the person who checked out during episode 7.
Really? That's where we're going?
Let's see, what was it? As I recall, you checked out during the plans to destroy Starkiller base.
Okay, one, I admitted to that. 2, I've seen that movie like 3 times since then. And 3, I openly admit that even though The Force Awakens is a decent film, I will never like it as much as everyone else because it copies A New Hope too much. I openly admit that that is a completely personal thing because, unlike you, I can tell the difference between a bad movie and one that I just don't like.
And you don't think this movie is bad?
I know this isn't bad.
Really?
Yes.
You know, I never pegged you for being a blind fanboy.
Oh, I'm the one who's blind? You're the one who can't see what's right in front of their face?
You want to know what I saw? I saw a villain that was built up so much in the previous film that was completely wasted in this one. I saw the stupidest use of the Force there have ever been in any of the Star Wars episodes. I saw this completely useless side plot that drug this movie down every time they showed it. Now tell me I'm wrong.
You're right.
What?
I said you're right. Finn and Rose are cool characters, but the entire casino scene is very pointless. It adds severe pacing issues to what could be a very intense film. There definitely could have been some more rewrites and omissions there. Snoke and Phasma were wasted potential. I'm sure that cutting down the casino scene would have at least provided some more time to learn about them. And look, while it's not outside the realm of possibility, Leia's use of the Force to save herself from the vacuum of space isn't exactly as visually appealing as they probably thought it was. It actually looks kind of silly.
Good, then you see my point.
Oh, no. I never said there weren't issues. All movies have issues, but that doesn't make them trash.
It does when the bad obviously outweighs the good.
And then what is it? Huh? What about this film is so bad that it deserves to be crapped on the way that it has been?
Are you really so blind that you really can't see all of the potential that this film could have lived up to? How many questions did you have going into this film? How many questions did it actually answer? Barely any. And the answers we did get were complete bullshit. And don't even get me started on what they did to Luke.
What did they do to Luke?
How about ruining the hero that we all loved in this franchise? They made him a selfish, cantankerous old man who was not only willing to murder his student, but his own flesh and blood.
You know, I'm gonna just go on a limb here and say this is where you and possibly some others have just turned their brain off. I'm just putting this out there. This is not a defense of the indefensible. This is plain and simple fact. So if you didn't get it before, please pay attention now. This movie did not ruin Luke Skywalker. If anything, it reinforced who he was and who the Jedi were. The Jedi were arrogant people who let their power and their supposed knowledge get to their own head. And because of that, they were blinded. They were so blind that they couldn't even see the rise of Palpatine or the fall of Anakin Skywalker. You remember that? It was to the point that they were so caught up in their own beliefs and legend that they thought that any type of conflict or emotion only led to the dark side. Luke made the same mistake. Not only did he believe in the Jedi way and the Jedi legend, but in his own legend, the very legend that everyone, both inside and outside of the Star Wars universe, built him up to be. And that is why he screwed up. And just like the other Jedi, he realized it when it was too late.
You expect me to believe that bullshit theory?
No, I don't expect you to believe in a theory. What I do expect is I expect you to believe in the narrative that has been in both the original trilogy, the prequels, and in this film. I expect you to believe in what came out of Luke's own mouth. Yeah, Luke tells you exactly why he is the way he is and why things happen the way that they happen. But somehow you didn't hear that. I'm guessing you were just too busy being pissed off about things not panning out the way that you wanted them to.
Excuse me?
Sorry.
You should be with that crap.
No, I'm not sorry for what I said, but I am sorry for how I said it. Look, I'm not here to tell you what movies you should and should not like. That's not my purpose here. But what I am failing to understand is how a movie that's so obviously just middle of the road can make people so angry. It's not as good as the critics are saying it is, but it's not as terrible as some of the fans are saying it is either. How you feel about this movie is however you feel about it. But you can't be so blind that if you like it, you can't see the bad things in it. Or if you don't like it, you can't see what the good things are in it. Otherwise, you're no better than a Jedi or the Sith. You're exactly what this movie's saying that we shouldn't be.
I believe the quote is, only a Sith deals in absolutes.
Sounds like a pretty absolute statement to me.
You know this won't change anything, right?
Yeah, I know. We can always hope.
Hope. Theme of the franchise, right?
That's usually my line.
Hey there guys, Mikey here, and thank you for tuning in to Star Week 2018. This is the last video, guys. There's not any more videos to come out. I know this technically didn't come out during that week of Star Week, but I had to do some reshoots and everything like that. You know how it is, especially with Star Wars movies. But thank you guys for showing this series so much support. I really appreciate it. I do know that Solo is coming out in the middle of this year, so that kind of throws things a little bit off, but I'll probably still do a Solo review during Star Week of next year, and I could do Star Wars Rebels, a TV series, I kind of go through that and everything. I'm trying to think of what else I can do, because there's really not a lot beyond that, so it's, that might be the last year I do it. It might be a little bit of a short week, but I can't really think of anything that's really...
I think you're forgetting something. Seem to remember there being a Star Wars holiday special.
I'm not-
don't you guys? You guys remember
I'm
that?
not
don't
doing
you?
the Star Wars holiday
That you
special.
should-
I'm not doing the
You
holiday.
should-
No one
you-
likes the Star Wars
you-
holiday
you-
special.
No one?
Absolutely no one.
I guess I'm doing the Star Wars holiday special.
Are you happy now?
A little bit.
Why are you eating a pear?
Didn't have any apples.